You're listening to Prop Wash, the official podcast of the National Museum of the Mighty 8th Air Force. Be sure to visit us online today at themighty8th.org. Today's podcast date is May 22nd, 2017. I'm Cody Slatton, your CQ of Prop Wash, and welcome to Episode 1. We're going to start the show with a segment from This Day Then. May 22nd, 1944, the Mighty 8th dispatches Mission 361. 438 bombers and 568 fighters are dispatched to high-priority targets in Germany and France. 342 B-17 Flying Fortresses blast their way deep into the Reich, arriving at Kiel, Germany. With the aid of the Norton bomb sight, our bomber crews rain down destruction on Germany's navy. Over 80% of the B-17s dropped their bombs right on target, destroying much of Hitler's shipyards and handcuffing the Nazis' ability to make war at sea. This cost of freedom does not come at an easy price. 5 B-17s are lost and 1 is damaged beyond repair. At the same time, the Mighty 8th is giving Hitler the 1-2 punch. 96 B-24s hit the V-1 launch sites and stage bunker at Sierra Court, France. The Liberator stopped Germany again today from launching any buzz bombs on our allies in the United Kingdom. 1 B-24 is damaged. That is This Day Then, brought to you by our friends at your local Coca-Cola bottling company. Visit the Mighty 8th Air Force Museum today, where they proudly serve Coca-Cola. In Their Words is narrated by Emmy Award-winning producer and documentarian Cody Slatton. Cody has spent the past 20 years working in film and television. His latest work includes the Daytona 500 and the acclaimed Ken Burns PBS documentary, Jackie Robinson. The following is the personal memoirs of Oscar N. Winifred and is found in Charles D. Hamlin's book, Fear No Evil, True Stories of the Mighty 8th. You can also find this book and more information on Charles D. Hamlin online at charleshamlin.com. The Devastating Mission to Berlin by Oscar N. Winifred. Out of the 26 missions that I flew, the mission to Berlin on October 6, 1944 was the most memorable to me. On that day, under the command of Captain Robert Caron, our crew was scheduled to fly to Berlin. Just after departure from England, our oil pressure dropped in the number 3 engine, and we thought we would have to abort the mission. Luckily, the oil pressure rose back to an acceptable level, and we were able to continue. Although there was not much enemy action on the way to Berlin, we were advised by the High Squadron that we had overshot the IP. As we approached the target area on the bomb run, we were slightly disoriented. The navigator told the crew, "Look over to your left and you can see the Coliseum where Jesse Owens won all of his track medals." We flew over Berlin, and as we continued our flight, we saw many of our B-17s being shot down by enemy fighters. Berlin was being defended by the most brutal manner. The sight of our men going down was sickening. Nonetheless, we kept on track. During our bomb run, our number 2 engine was hit by flak. The engine lost all 17 quarts of oil, which covered the whole left side of the fuselage. The pilot immediately called for the crew to check, starting with me, the tail gunner. I spotted a large hole in the stabilizer and advised the captain that everything was not good. When he asked about the control cables, I replied that they had not been damaged. After a complete crew check, the pilot informed us that he could not feather the number 2 engines and the prop was windmilling. He advised us we would stay at high altitude. Our radio operator, Richard Molzhon, was told to contact the Air Sea Rescue Service in the event that we had to ditch the plane in the North Sea. He was answered with a "stand by" from the rescue service. Upon landing, we learned of the devastating loss of 11 of our aircraft on that mission. Our maintenance and other land crews were as shocked as we were. There are now 11 vacant hard stands. An old infantryman once said, "There are no atheists in a foxhole." After this mission, I knew what he meant. And welcome to Reveille, everyone. I'm your CQ, Cody Slatton, and I'm here to wrap up this podcast like we will each and every week with some information and dates that you listeners might want to mark in your calendar. Looking ahead, in just a little less than 2 weeks, on June 3rd is Bank of America Day, and I'm going to give you a little information about that. The National Museum of the Mighty 8th Air Force has joined Bank of America Museums on Us program, and this is providing Bank of America and Merrill Lynch cardholders free general admission to more than 150 of the nation's finest arts, cultural, and educational museums during the first full weekend of every month. Just so you guys know, June 3rd, 2017 will be the date that you'll want to mark, because there will be free admission to the National Museum of the Mighty 8th Air Force for Bank of America and Merrill Lynch debit and credit card holders. When you come down with your credit card or debit card, you must also present a photo ID that matches, and you will gain one free general admission ticket, which is limited to the cardholder and excludes fundraising events, special exhibits, and ticketed shows. So we look forward to you guys coming down and joining us here at the museum. Lastly, I'm looking ahead, and I see on June 23rd at 7 p.m., He Has Seen War will be presented at the Lucas Theater, and of course that's located in the heart of the historic district. So please mark those dates in your calendar. Thank you again for tuning in to this edition of Prop Wash. Please remember, this podcast is fueled directly by your donations and our sponsors. So please give them a shout out on social media and let them know that you're tuning in. We can't thank them enough, and we can't thank you enough. So to donate today, please visit us online at themighty8th.org. Let us know that you enjoy this podcast. We look forward to hearing from you. Once again, I'm your CQ, Cody Slatton, signing off, and I hope that your skies are clear and your winds are favorable. Have a great day, everyone.